That's your forecast. We'll be right back.
Yeah, sunny days, sunny days, sunny days. No clouds in the sky, but I get away. Feels like it's been a freaking...
Welcome back to another episode of The Social Beaches. I'm Kelly Bowling.
I'm Carolyn Smith.
And we're with the Coastal Estate team at Compass. We sell real estate on the Space Coast and down into Indian River County. So all the way up from Mims and Titusville and south into like Melbourne, Vieira, Palm Bay, and into Sebastian and Vero Beach and all of the beachside towns in between.
That's true.
So if you have any real estate questions or you're looking to buy or sell, you can send us a email at hello@coastalestateteam.com. You can call us at 321-422-2160, or you can stay where you're at and comment or send us a direct message, and we'd be happy to get back to you.
Yeah, comments are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'd liked today to talk to you a little bit about what words in the narratives of listings actually mean. So like descriptors, adjectives that are being used, those sort of things. So I'll start.
Yeah.
Charming. So that probably means that the house needs some updating or renovation.
Yes.
Because anytime I've had a buyer tell me they're looking for a house with some charm, it's always also, I don't like new construction.
Yes.
So to me, that's an existing home that's established. It's probably a mature home.
A mature home.
Mature home.
I love that word.
But it has some character,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Character,
Character's another
meaning
one.
like the flooring is not laid correctly or,
Yeah.
you know, the plumbing's outdated, that sort of thing. So, yeah, charming.
Charming. And when we think of charming, not through that, we think of like, oh, a cute little.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You know, like Prince Charming.
Yes.
No, not like that.
It's not like Prince Charming. No.
Yeah.
When we see that a house is turnkey, you can buy this home. It's so exciting.
Yes.
You can buy this home turnkey.
Yes.
Which means that all the junk that the seller did not want to get out of the house, because honestly, the charities are full of all, they don't want to take any furniture right now. And how do you get all this stuff out of the house that you don't want? Because maybe it was a second home and you have no desire to like move it to your new place. Nobody wants it. What are you going to do with it? You sell your house turnkey. So it's all the junk that I don't want to get out of the house. You inherit it.
Yep. I remember one time I sold a house where it had the buyer, and it was a very vague, like, all contents that the seller feels like leaving, you're okay with us leaving kind of terminology. And the buyer was like, I really don't care. This is cool.
Yeah.
But he was like, well, how much stuff is there going to be in there? And I'm like, I'll have to go look closer too and let you know, because they needed to figure out like, well, how much stuff can we bring? Because they were moving from another state.
Oh, gosh.
It was literally everything. Washcloths.
Yes.
I think we even found some shorts that belonged to one of the sellers in the dresser drawers.
Clothes.
It wasn't a full wardrobe. It was like literally like a pair of shorts. Like it just got left behind. So yeah, that was turnkey.
Yes, that happened to one of my, when things were flying off the shelf and there were multiple offers on the home, and one of the conditions was they were going to be able to leave whatever they wanted. And my buyers were like, they even left the contents of their junk drawer. Like, you know, how everyone in the kitchen
Random
has like a
paper
junk
clips
drawer.
and rubber bands and
Yes.
keys to God knows what.
Yes, that was in there.
Oh gosh. Here's another one. Tastefully updated. That means that they renovated it on the cheap.
Yes.
On the cheap. We were talking like, what could we find at Goodwill? A used faucet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing matches.
No. All the floors have different flooring in every room. You know, it's like a patchwork quilt. When you walk in, you're like, what's happening here?
They got their, they got the paint, you know, where people bring back the paint. They like don't like it, so they bring it back to the store.
Clearance paint.
The clearance paint. So
Yeah,
all the
it's like
rooms are different
some
colors.
semi-gloss, some flat. Yeah.
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 Next one is pristine. So when we say that it's pristine, well, it's clean, it's in perfect condition, and it is dated.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
I remember showing this one house. It was so cute. It was in Northeast Palm Bay, and the bathrooms were like pink, you know, like they were in the 60s.
cute.
It was adorable.
I love
And
that.
everything was immaculate. Like
Yes.
nothing, not a crack, not a raised edge on the countertop, but it was all
love that.
original. Everything was original and was very clean.
Yeah.
But everything was like imperfect. Like somebody just like kept it in mint condition
Yes.
all those years. Now, granted, who knows what's behind the walls and the
Right.
floors, the plumbing, all of that sort of stuff. But I was just like, wow.
It's nice when you see that, because I feel like you know that that owner lived there and loved that home
Yeah.
and took such good care of it. Those are the best ones. Pristine is honestly, it's a good thing. It may be dated. You may have to update things along the way. You may be able to live with a lot of it for a while. You still need to check things like you said, plumbing and electric and stuff like that. But I do like pristine.
I feel like that would be like, that Brady Bunch house that sold.
Yes.
That's probably pristine, right?
Pristine, yeah. This is you.
Okay. Cozy or dollhouse? That means it's small. Dollhouse, definitely small. Think maybe not even the Barbie dream house. Okay, that's a little big.
That's a little bigger.
Cozy, cozy. So probably it's 1,400 square feet, 1,200 square feet with like 3 or 4 bedrooms.
Yes.
Small, you're fitting a twin bed in those bedrooms. Maybe a love seat, not a couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sort of thing. So
no dining room. It's always funny to me when we go in a house. Now, I'm not a big believer in formal dining rooms anymore.
Yeah, me neither.
But I do need a place to put a table. It could be a nook. It could be something. It could be an informal cafe area. It could be something. But we'll go in houses where like they redid the kitchen and made it bigger, and it was a dollhouse. It was a tiny house, and they made it bigger, and they have bar seating, and that's it.
Yeah.
There's no place to
So
put
as
a
long as
table.
you're okay with that, that's cool.
Make sure you look for that.
Yeah.
We see this all the time. Ready for your personal touches, which almost leads into the handyman special, but it doesn't say that. It says ready for your personal touches. Honestly, it's on the verge of being a tear down. We're gonna move right from ready for your personal touches to it's almost a tear down. It's gonna need a gut job. It needs a complete rehab.
Yeah, for sure.
They're not talking about bring in some pretty curtains and and do a little painting.
No.
Yeah.
Well, then there's also the needs TLC. You better get your hazmat suit on. Get it on. Tyvek suit, like put it on. Maybe a mask. I don't know, ventilator situation. Potentially. There's been a few I've been in where I needed that. Like moldy, like it's visible. You can see it. I mean, you can smell it before you come in, but you can see it. It's like all over the walls. And I had one recently that I showed that was like that. And I told the listing agent, I'm like, well, they were not interested because of all of the mold. No, there was no comment in the listing. Like, that's an environmental hazard,
You have to tell people before.
You got to let them know. But,
The TLC is bad. This is similar to the other one. We got that again, but I'll just say well-maintained. Well-maintained is different than pristine. So pristine means, like, perfect. Like, eat off the floor, everything's perfect. Well-maintained means it's dated and it hasn't been updated since it was built. We've still got shag carpet and avocado appliances. And it's not really perfectly maintained.
Right.
It's like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's going to need some
Like, they
stuff.
put a new roof on it a few years ago.
Yeah.
They did that.
They did that.
Yeah.
They maybe replaced some of the really bad windows. So they did some maintenance. But that is different than, like, pristine.
Yeah.
I want to show the pristine house. Yeah. So
Here's one. Well-loved. Imagine walking through a house where you can see all of the handprints on the light switches and the walls. It looks like filth. It's not in good shape.
the carpet, you can see where they've walked.
Yes,
Their
there's a traffic
pattern.
line, or where the kitty got locked in the bedroom and scratched
Yes.
under the door.
Yeah.
It's
No.
they well lived in. How's
Yes.
that? Yeah, that's what it
Well-loved
should
is not
say.
good. Only one owner. So we don't care how many owners there were.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. So when you tell me there's only one owner, I'm thinking only one owner is the selling point. Not the selling point. That means there's deferred maintenance usually.
Yeah, especially if it's a really old house. You're like, I feel like as people age, the less they want to care for their homes because sometimes it's a financial means or ability. And a lot of times it's like the physical ability to do the things, right? To paint and all of that. Because like,
And
I know.
you don't want those people in your house anymore either.
No.
Who do the work. No.
Yeah, and I know like my dad's of a generation where he just did everything himself. Like he built the deck himself, he painted, he did all these things. So for him to like hire somebody, it's like admitting to yourself that like I can't do those things anymore. And they don't want to do that. So yeah. The other one is convenient location. This means you're probably on a main road.
Yes.
And it's the highway. 95 is behind your house. You can hear it. There's a lot of traffic. Everything is nearby. So, I don't live in a convenient location at all. I have to go not far, but I still have to kind of travel to get to places. And I have lived in a convenient location, and it really just depends on what you like. So just know that's probably what it means.
And if they say like close to or close to things, that's okay. But convenient location usually means like you're either on the main road or you're one street over. You're very, very close to a main road.
Yeah, for sure.
The walk to school.
So true.
Look, I liked living close to my kids' especially elementary school. When you're driving to school, it's nice to not be super far away, but you also don't want to live where like the carpool line and they're.
I had that listing.
You did, where at pickup and drop off times, they're all driving down your street and they're backing up from the school in front of your house. Yeah, don't plan on going anywhere.
It's not fun to live in one of those. When we lived in Vieira, now we lived in a gated community, but there was a charter school that was like, there was a little walking path through the back of the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
And people would give out their gate codes, and we called them the golf cart mafia. Y'all know who you are. If you're watching. But they would come through the gate and use our neighborhood as their car loop because they didn't want to deal with the school car loop because it's a pain, right?
Yes.
I get it. And nothing infuriated my husband more than that. Like, I was like, whatever, we're on this side of the neighborhood. It doesn't bother me. But he would literally look out the back door and be like, I can't even say it because we're on camera, and you would have to bleep me out. But he was not happy with it. So we moved to not near a car loop.
Yeah. It is. I mean, you have to be a special person to want to live near the car loop. I mean, just going to a car loop when I had to drop off and pick up my kids, it's
I avoid it. I don't do it.
It's the most stressful.
That's why they have aftercare.
My kids both my kids drive now, so I don't have to do that.
Right?
But when I see them, it still gives me anxiety. So I wouldn't want it outside my house.
Oh, light and bright, or you'll see lots of natural light, that sort of thing. So it's like the only good thing that's in the house is that there's lots of light. Because there's nothing else positive to say, and we also don't want to tell you we don't want to tell you the bad things either. So we're trying to be nice and polite. Yes. That's really it.
It's fun sometimes when there are like really bad things, and they actually like put that all in the narrative.
I love that. Like, thanks for the honesty.
Yes.
You see that sometimes that goes viral.
Yes.
You know,
and it's funny, and it's like if it's priced right, and all that bad stuff, you're like, hey, I'm handy. I'll do all that stuff.
Right? Yeah, for
so
sure.
Let's not try and fake out the buyer. They're going to know when they get there, right?
Definitely. So, yeah.
Other warning signs are no interior photos or limited interior photos. So people are like, oh, look how cute this house is. I'm like, well, it's interesting. They didn't show us any photos of the kitchen and only one bathroom. And it's a 3-bathroom house.
Or there's none, and you'll get a buyer be like, where are the photos? Like, it's funny because sometimes, they're seeing them on our site. Yes. They think it's our listing. Can you get me photos to that? And I'm like, I'm happy to go do a video for you, or I can go take photos, but it's not my listing. So I'll find out if they're getting some.
Right.
But sometimes there's a reason that they're not taking the photos. Maybe it's the hoarder situation.
Yes.
Or maybe it's just that it's in bad shape and messy.
Yeah. So,
the other thing that especially here in our market, I feel like in Florida, not telling the age of things like the roof, the roof especially.
The roof is critical.
HVAC, sometimes that's mentioned, but the roof's so critical. I'll be like, oh, look, it was built in 2004. And they don't tell me when the roof was updated. Guess what the first thing is I'm doing? I'm going to permits. I want to see. And then if I can't find it there, then I will ask or look for the seller's disclosure to see, do they have any info on the age of the roof? And that's the other thing. If the seller's disclosure's in there and there's it's like they didn't see that section.
Seller wasn't aware. Seller doesn't know. Seller was told this by the previous seller.
Yes.
Yeah, that doesn't fly for getting our wind mitigation reports. Insurance issues.
Yeah, for sure. So, some buyers don't want to deal with that, So we like to do our advanced research.
A little due diligence in advance. And then we've been dealing with this a lot lately because a lot of our homes were built at a time when the cast iron, the sewer line in the house, so the waste line, as they call it, was cast iron in the house. And it only lasts 50 years. More than 50 years have passed. A lot of them are failing or close to failing. And so they'll say things in the listing like the plumbing has been fully updated. But then when you really research, it's not.
No.
It's the supply lines, which bring the water to the house.
That's great.
Or it's the line from the house to the street, or where it connects into the sewer or septic. But the actual waste lines in the house have never been done.
Just had that happen.
Yeah,
Yep.
Kelly just had that happen, where it was very deceptive, I feel like, in the way it was worded.
Right.
And then, but you know, she was smart. She had the sewer line scoped and found out, guess what?
It's cast iron, the whole house.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's bad when we don't know those things. And so we really prefer that we get accurate information. Sometimes the listing agent doesn't know, but say you don't know.
Yeah.
Don't put out information that makes it sound like
Right.
it's done, you know.
Yeah.
Say, I don't know.
Maybe
and
that's why it fell through the other couple times.
I'm guessing.
Just needed the right
I'm
buyer.
guessing.
That's yeah.
So I think that's it. If you have any funny things you want to share, we love comments.
Yes.
So please comment, and don't forget, you can DM us or just make a note to us in the comments. We do read them, and we'll get back to you.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's been a freaking decade